Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm Kalikaiz. Today I am playing Poison Storm. This is a list that everyone has been asking me, what do I think about it? So we're going to find out. I'm playing a list that Brian Cook trophied with. This is basically exactly the same. I've changed the sideboard a tiny bit. We are relying on having no Lotus Petals, but Thirsting Roots is a very good way to add Proliferation, add Storm, Manamorphose, mana fixes and add storm, so we can have big weather storm turns, going down to just 3 snaps, 3 steady progress, and 1 prologue to Phyresis. So we have slightly less card draw in the deck, but a lot more low to the ground, a lot more proliferation, which can be very strong. If we ever get the Pentad into play, Thirsting Roots becomes a ritual really easily. In the sideboard, copying mostly, we have 3 Pyroblast, 3 Dispel. These are our anti-stack stuff. Pyroblast good versus Fairies and Terror. Went with 3 Breath Weapon because I feel like sweeping is pretty important. 3 Fairy Macabres for the Spy deck or other graveyard combo decks. And then we have 2 Serene Hearts. I think Moment's Peace isn't very well positioned in the metagame. If I ever run into Bogles, I want to just wipe all the things that they have. So that's my deck. I will see you in the matches. Thanks for watching. Did you know you could get sideboard guides on patreon.com/Kalikaiz? And did I mention you can get early access to videos on the YouTube page in the membership section? And if you like these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Round 1, we are on the play. We cannot keep a no-lander. This hand essentially has turn 2 Prism, and that's it. I think it's bad. They mulligan to 6 as well. We'd have to draw proliferation. We have a very large amount of that. I'll keep and hope for the best. Actually, maybe we just cycle and then prologue on turn 2. Maybe that's not good enough either. If we find a land, that would make it a much easier decision. When it's on See the Sign on Hard Evidence. Okay, I will island cycle, grab an island, cast the prologue. And then we're going to look to make land drops for a while. Did not find a land though. We have 15 lands left in the deck, as well as 3 Lorians. They play Nutrient Block. I just lost to this Hard Evidence deck in a previous video. We're not going to need the Weather Storms post board. Just looking to find a land. We did not. Put in place a Mist Vault Bridge. Refurbish Familiar. We'll discard the Weather Storm. Okay. I drew a Contentious plan. They play an island, 3 cards in hand. Plays a Cryogen Relic. Good use of their Abjures. They tap out for a Black Mage's Rod. So I think I Pentad Prism and then cast the Contentious plan, hoping to draw land. Found is scary. I'll pass. They play a Refurbished Familiar. I'll discard a Vivisurgeon's Insight. They're going to draw a card. Maybe they don't have a counterspell in hand. They're at 23 life. Plays a Hard Evidence. I feel like they probably don't have the counterspell. We draw Hickory Woodlot, so I'm going to attempt to snap the token, the Black Mage's Rod, untap, and then cast Vivisurgeon's Insight. So if this resolves, I think we're good and in the game. Okay, it did resolve. I mean, it's not over. I have to pass a turn. We're going to need to find some ways to make Storm and another Weather Storm. They draw a card. Draws another card. Okay, they tapped out for a Cryogen. Find a Peat Bog. Play the Peat Bog. Draw 3. Okay, you go to 4. Get a Manamorphose. Go green-blue. And then cast Weather Storm. Just gaining 9 life here, I think, is going to be pretty important. That Manamorphose was kind of mid at that point. They attach the rod to the familiar, so they'll get in for 5. Thoughtcast is an additional 1 damage. Second Thoughtcast. So we're looking for another Pentad Prism to really go off. We know that they have the Mist Vault Bridge, though, open. They attack with everything and then unattack with the crabs. Okay. I will attempt a Pentad. No counter. Try a Contentious plan. They go to 5. We get the mana back. Attempt another Contentious plan. Go to 6. We haven't made a land drop yet. I'll cast a Steady Progress. They go to 7 poison. Find Experimental Augury. I will cast Experimental Augury to put them to 8 poison. I will take the Snap, 8 poison. Snap on the Refurb, I guess. They go for the Abjure. Then I can just Woodlot into Weather the Storm. And I will gain 24 life. Okay. They have a lot of cards. They've used only one counterspell so far. They play a Thoughtcast. Fanatical Offering, sacrificing the Cryogen Relic to draw 3 cards, going to 8 cards in hand. Puts me to 32. They play a Kenku. Will they attack with their bridge? Then they cast a Hard Evidence. Put me to 31. I mean, best case scenario, they attack with their bridge and die. If they weren't going to, they would have probably just mapped up the clue or something. Alright, so GG. We'll cast the Infectious Inquiry, put you to 9 poison. Cast the Infectious Inquiry, put you to 10 poison. That worked out pretty well. Seems that we do need the Weather Storms, I suppose. I mean, overall, everything that we had was fine. Do I want to change anything? I feel like I can just cut the Morphoses, but maybe the snaps. Cut the snaps for some number of Dispel. Okay. I've got Dispel. I've got Manamorphose. Suppose I lead on the Scary. Manamorphose can convert the mana from the Needle to green or black, whatever I need. I could have maybe trimmed on one Weather Storm. When it leads on an island, probably a Hard Evidence. Yes, Hard Evidence here. I'll play out the Scary. Plays an island, Cryogen Relic. We'll use this moment to play a Needle and Augury, looking for a poison spell. But I will take a Pentad Prism, I think, over any of the rest. Just really good to have in play. Really, really helps my advantages. So on my turn, I guess it depends if they're holding up double counterspell. We can attempt a Pentad Prism. They play another Cryogen Relic. Do they find a land? They play a tap land. Guess they brought in Pyroblast, or they are Grixis for Pyroblast. We can, all right, let's go for Pentad, and then draw a card with the Steady Progress. Just rebuilding here. All my lands are back to normal. Pass. I guess I didn't explain how Poison Storm works, but the proliferation keeps our lands alive, and that's the main basis of the deck. Our opponent plays Refurbished Familiar. I'll just discard a land. They pass. Guess I can cycle some Manamorphose. Go blue-green. Found another Pentad Prism. Let's cycle another Manamorphose. Blue, green. Play out the Pentad. I'll attempt an Experimental Augury. Okay, we found Infectious Inquiry. Now I can Infectious Inquiry with Dispel backup. If they have double Abjure, then I'm host. They have Metallic Rebuke. I'll attempt to Dispel. It resolves. Let's go. Play my land and pass. So they may have drawn a counterspell. They have Viscer's Insight. I think what I probably want to do, now they have 2 islands open. Plays a Thoughtcast, still just holding up potential for Abjure or... Okay, they play an Idle Spellbomb. So the best thing to do is just slam some draw 3s. They get in for 2. Don't really care about the 2 damage, I think. Thirsting Roots here is a ritual. Just goes +1 on mana. We'll draw 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Proliferate all the things. 3. We'll draw another 3. Boom. Proliferate all the things. Okay. I might as well play a land, I think. Do I want to? Let's go for an Infectious Inquiry. Okay. Play a land. We'll proliferate. Everything is proliferated. Then I'll try a Contentious plan. Proliferate up to 6 on a Manamorphose. Let's go, oops. Green, cast Thirsting Roots, proliferate. We're just storming off. 7, boom, boom, boom. And then I'll proliferate again. Actually, I can just go Steady Progress. Put you to 8. I think this is lethal. Nice. Okay. Thirsting Roots proliferate. Nothing they could have done. Nile Spellbomb, not very helpful, and they just didn't draw any counter spells. Let's hit them with the Infectious Inquiry. Boom, we win the game. On to round 2. We're here in round 2 versus Noob. They tend to play grindy decks, but we have bad mana in this hand, so we're going to mulligan. This hand is much better. I suppose we can put back the Infectious Inquiry here. They play a Colony Garden, so they are probably dead. Okay, nice Colony Garden. Love it. Sapphire's scary. This is, I was going to say, maybe this Manamorphose, but I obviously can't Morphose off of the scary here. They go for Fanatical Offering. I'll immediately cast my Experimental Augury looking for a non-blue land. Well, I found a blue land. I'll go add a counter, play land, cycle for a land. Next turn, Prologue into Contentious Plan. My opponent's looking for another land drop, so no, they're not, I guess. Plays a Colony Garden. Now they're going to sacrifice the Colony Garden. I thought they were going to do Fanatical Offering on their map token, but they sacrificed that one. So let's start with Prologue off of the Scary in case I find another land that's non-blue or a tap land like that. Pass the turn. Now I can play the Pentad for a single counter and then use the Contentious Plan. Increase their poison, get all my cards back, or all my lands back up to where they were. Multiple snaps in hand is not very good. My opponent scoops. I love that. We don't really have anything to bring in. Dispel, not very useful. I would have played the Bring the Endings or like some counterspell that can handle Avenging Hunter, but we're just not playing that kind of thing. So we'll just resubmit. This is very silly matchup. Okay, we have a solid hand. We can cycle for an island, play the Pentad Prism, and then Thirsting Roots to proliferate. Our opponent leads on a Witch's Cottage. I'll play out the Peat Bog, pass the turn. Now I don't have to use the Thirsting Roots to proliferate, at least this turn. They play a Colony Garden. Suppose we do have to watch out for something like a Duress, i.e. right there. They can take the Pentad or the Prologue. I think I would probably take the Pentad here. It's the most powerful thing I can do, but they can use a Troublemaker Oof to get rid of the Pentad later. So they'll go for the Prologue, making sure I can't start poisoning them. I'll play out the Pentad and draw a card. My things come back to life. And I can snap this, but I don't really want to. They can bargain away the plant token to get rid of my Pentad Prism. We choose to cast an Ichor Wellspring. So me snapping the Pentad or the plant token would not have been very helpful. Plays a Swamp. We have effectively 3/4 mana. Let's start with an Experimental Augury, trying to find Infectious Inquiry, which we found. Okay, doot doot. And we'll cast the Infectious Inquiry. We found a land, that's perfect. Let's pass the turn. Opponent is currently poisoned. We can go Thirsting Roots, counter on the Pentad, cast the Vivisurgeon's Insight, back to 1 counter on the Pentad. Let's proliferate. Counter. Flopping some counters around. I love it. Make blue. Cast Vivisurgeon's, draw 3. You go to 3 poison. I'll play out my tap land, and I will pass. I could burn my Pentad Prism entirely to snap their Thorn of the Black Rose, but I'm not wanting to do that. Fanatical the Wellspring, and the Fanatical Offering will draw them 2 cards plus the 1 card off the Ichor Wellspring. They can see the match. We'll see in round 3. We're here in round 3 on the play versus Gingerbread Man. I'm not sure if I'll be able to catch him, but we'll find out. Hopefully I can catch him. We have turn 2 Pentad Cycle, then I'll have 3 mana to cast a Steady Progress. I'll lead on the Peat Bog and pass the turn. Put it on Goblin Tomb Raider. That's kind of what I expected. Play out the Pentad. And then we're going to have to try to storm off. I will Island Cycle. Pass the turn. This is the matchup where I really want the Breath Weapons. Let's see how many Burning Tree Emissaries my opponent can manage to put on the table this turn. That's 1. And a Clockwork. And the Gingerbread Man. They attack for 4. They gave me the good luck, have fun, then started burning me out. Classic. Okay, contentious plan. I'm going to pass. We have 4 mana. This effectively costs 1. This costs 2. They play a clockwork and a rally. I will go blue, cast experimental augury, take a weather the storm, and cast the weather the storm. So we'll gain 12 and then take basically 12 here. It is a lot of damage. They're attacking for 9, not basically 12, exactly 9. Let's play the Woodlot. I'm going to take a risk and cast the Lorien Revealed, hoping they don't draw Bushwhacker. I'm at 17. They can put me to 8 if they don't draw Bushwhacker. Plays Rally, that is 11 damage. Puts me to 6. Snap would be good. We find Infectious Inquiry. So I'll start with Contentious Plan. And then I have to... If I don't poison them now, I'm probably never going to poison them. Let's try Infectious Inquiry. I guess they could just Galvanic me. I'll cast Thirsting Roots. Proliferate. Make green. Cast Manamorphose. We'll go blue-green. Cast Weather Storm. See if they have a Galvanic. If they do have a Galvanic right now, we can just Weather Storm again. I wonder if it's worth it for me just to Weather Storm again right now. Probably is. Cast Weather Storm. So I burned my Pentad, but I probably gained like 2 turns. Get in for 12. We have 1 Weather Storm left in the deck. I'll lead on a Lorien Revealed. Okay, play this Scary. Pass the turn. Bushwhacker probably kills me. They have the Bushwhacker. That was a really, really good hand from them. Let's see if I'm dead. 12 plus... I don't know. I don't know if I'm dead. I got a 4. They have the Galvanic. Okay. So I think we just go Breath Weapons. And then maybe just cut the snaps. On the play. This hand looks really mid. Cycle the Manamorphoses 2 times. Gives me the green mana. I have a turn 2 cantrip. I guess I'm just keeping this. It looks so mid though. Play the Hickory Woodlot. Our opponent will lead on a Tomb Raider, as burn players want to do. Cut a vase every time. I'll just draw a card. We found Infectious Inquiry. Now they'll attack in for 4. No Burning Tree that time. That means they probably have Bushwhacker in hand. I'll cast Infectious Inquiry. Pass the turn. I maybe should have left up green in case I would have drawn a Thirsting Roots. Our opponent's counting, trying to see if they have lethal this turn. That's not good. They play a Bushwhacker, and then they will play a Bushwhacker. We'll go to 1 life. I guess I'm dead to Fire Blast. Didn't really have an option if that's the case, and they just have lethal on turn 3. We have Breath Weapon. I'll Manamorphose. We'll go red-green. Manamorphose again. Red-green. So this is a problem with not playing just Contentious Plan. They got a 2 poison. 1 Breath Weapon. It will likely not be enough. We're at 1 life. Gingerbrute kills me. On to round 4. Alright, here we go. Round 4 on the play. We have Experimental Augury. I'll try it. Thirsting Roots can find me a land if I find like the poison spell that's black. Our opponent is on blue. What do I want to do? We find Pentad. So I definitely want to just jam the Pentad and then cast Experimental Augury looking for poison spells or lands or cantrips. I'll take the Sandstone Needle. It's the most mana. Your turn. Opponent goes for Brainstorm. We do not have enough to just slam the Vivisearch's Insight, unfortunately. They leave open an island. We do have Infectious Inquiry. So let's go black, cast Infectious Inquiry. If they have Spell Pierce, I will pay. They did not Spell Pierce me, so let's play the Needle and pass. I guess maybe I cast Thirsting Roots. I think I'm not going to. The mental note. So this is definitely a Spell Pierce deck. This is going to be a terror deck. They have 3 mana. We're going to start with a Thirsting Roots. Proliferate. Would you like to let me resolve my 1 mana proliferate? It's not a big threat. Ha! They let it resolve. Okay, that's really good for me. It was kind of a big deal. Let's go contentious plan. Able to pay through Spell Pierce too. We draw a card, they go to 3 poison. Cast Experimental Augury. Our opponent brainstorms. I guess looking for straight up counterspell. I will take the plan, I guess. Go to 4. And then I'll cycle Lorien Revealed. Grab an island, play the island. I suppose it's as fine a time as any to just play a Weather Storm. Pass. We'll gain 15 life. So if they have double terror, we still have a few turns. If they have 3 things, it's a couple of turns. They mental note, milling double snuff out, which they put back with the brainstorm, and now they're brainstorming again. Opponent goes mental note. Milling Lorien Revealed, Contaminant Aquifer. So they still is looking for lands. Ponder. And they do not shuffle. They found the land they were looking for. Plays a Tolarian Terror. And a Tolarian Terror. Okay. So the best thing for me to do is to draw as many cards as possible. Let's go Vivisurgeon's Insight using the red mana. Draw 3. 1, 2, 3. I wonder if I should Manamorphose. We have 4 mana essentially. Let's just cast the Contentious Plan. 5 mana. We have a Snap. Not the greatest. I think I'm gonna pass. Our opponent attacks in for 10. Plays a 3rd terror. And now looks like they're going to play an Angler. So I want to try to snap the Angler. Then they have to counterspell it. Snap the Gurmag. Okay, they did not counterspell. Let's Manamorphose. We'll use red. We'll make blue-green. Cast Manamorphose. Use the red. We'll make black-blue. I'll Manamorphose again. Black-green. We'll make black and blue. I will attempt an Infectious Inquiry. They use a counterspell. Okay. 3. We're going to cast Vivisurge's Insight, draw, and I think we have put them to dead. I'll Contentious Plan, put you to 8 poison. I have 3 poison in my hand, and because of my Pentad Prism, I can just cast them all. Pretty sick. Steady progress. Put you to 9. I want to draw as many cards as possible, so I'm just going to cast those cards instead of proliferating. Here we go. Experimental Augury, lethal. You go to 10. Got him. So we want to bring in the Pyroblast. Snap is very medium, I think. Pyroblast. Manamorphose, I think I can trim on. Trim on snaps. Bring in 2 dispels. We'll try it. Okay. We are keeping a hand that has not a lot of good mana, but we have a lot of mana. So we have, we're a blue deck splashing for stuff, so it's fine to just make some blue land drops for a while. Pass the turn. I have to worry about potentially them bringing in a null, although the only thing that is a target for that would be this Pentad Prism. They played a Brainstorm on my end step and play an island. I'll play out an island, looking to probably cast an Experimental Augury when they tap low, or on their upkeep or something. Alright, never mind. I waited till their turn. I will attempt an Experimental Augury. I think I take the Needle. Okay. Just the Needle allows me to play out my Pentad. I'm passing the turn after playing my Sandstone Needle. My opponent takes their turn. They have 7 cards in hand. They cycled the Lorien Revealed. Guess I would most likely get an untapped island. Okay, they get an untapped island. They don't really care about the black sources. I think I would have probably just gotten a swamp, like the black source, just to increase the amount of untapped mana for later turns, but I'm not sure. Scary. I guess I pass. We have the Dispel to protect the Pentad Prism. We need to be able to land the Infectious Inquiry. My opponent did not play a land. We have double Prism. Alright, I'll try Pentad. They brainstorm in response. Okay. I'll play a Pentad. We will go for gotta crack this for black. Attempt an Infectious Inquiry. Counterspell. I will respond. Dispel. Resolves. Play out a land. We'll make green, cast Thirsting Roots, and proliferate. Playing around double Spell Pierce. Okay. Proliferate resolves. We'll cast a Steady Progress. Storm count's currently 8. That's a lot of Storm. They Spell Pierce. Okay. I'll pay. And I will pay again. It just wasted many cards. I think it's worth it. Thought Scours themselves, milling double Deep Analysis. We wasted a bunch of Storm count, but I think that getting the card and the proliferation was worth. We can Manamorphose into the Weather Storm. They Deep Analysis themselves, going to 17. Their life total does not matter. Plays a Cryptic Serpent out and a Tolarian Terror. So now we can Vivisurgent Insight. I'll cast Vivisurgent Insight, draw 3. Then I can just Pyroblast the Serpent. Bonk. Play the Hickory Woodlot. Pass the turn. Put an attacks in for 5. We have double Weather Storm in hand. They use the Deep Analysis on themselves, going to 14 life. 7 cards in hand. Plays a Thought Scour, milling Tolarian Terror and Lorien Revealed. Another Thought Scour, milling Contaminated Aquifer. Ponder. They shuffle. They play an island. Okay, we're going to attempt a Lorien Revealed. We go Counterspell. Go into Manamorphose. Or black, red. Did not get there. Counterspell resolves. Cast Lorien Revealed. I'll use a red and a blue. And a black. And then I will just cast Weather the Storm. We got a 28. We got so many lands in play. Just chilling. It's sort of like a control deck because we just aren't caring about what they're doing. They Thought Scoured themselves, they milled Hydroblast Mental Note. Mental Note milling Brainstorm an island, and they attack for 5. 5 cards in hand. I'm going to cast a Contentious Plan. That resolves. You go to 5 poison. Let's cast another Contentious Plan. They go to 6 poison. We found the Peat Bog. Let's pass the turn, I suppose. Looking to cast the Infectious Inquiry next turn, most likely. I'd like to resolve the Lorien Revealed. How many counterspells have they used? 1, 2. Plays a Tolarian Terror and a Bajuka Bog. Might as well target yourself at this point. I don't need any of those cards. Let's go red, Peat Bog, cast the Infectious Inquiry. Counterspell. Any more counterspells in your hand? Let's cast Lorien Revealed. Resolves. Play Sappers and Scary. Let's go Contentious Plan. Go to 7. Let's just make sure we play around Spell Pierce. Maybe it was not necessary for me to tap all my lands. We draw a card. Cast Proliferate. Thirsting Roots. Cast Thirsting Roots to Proliferate, I mean. We missed out on Weather Storm. Anyway, I'll gain 18. They have 1 counterspell left in their entire deck. They didn't have it in hand. So we can see if they draw more cards here. We win the match. I love it. We're really on a tear here. I'll see you in round 5. Here we are in round 5. We have turn 3, cycle the Inquiry, cast it, or cycle the Manamorphose into an Inquiry. But we're going to lead on the Hickory Woodlot. I'm a little bit nervous about them being on Mountain there. That's scary. But they didn't play a turn 1 Goblin Tomb Raider, so they might not be the Rally Burn. And we might have a little bit more of an opportunity to play the game. Second Mountain for the opponent. They play a Voldaren Epicure. We'll go to 19. Okay, we find a Pentad Prism. I'll play the Scary out. Pass the turn. They discard a Sneaky Snacker. I think I want to go Infectious Inquiry plus Pentad this turn, and then hope that they just can't turn for me. And then I can have a big Weather on the following turn. They Faithless Looting, discarding a Fiery Temper and a Sneaky Snacker. Gets to bolt me with the Fiery Temper. I could also just Weather Storm right now. We're going to Weather Storm. Manamorphose. Blue, green. Manamorphose. Blue, green. Weather Storm. Gain 18. We found a swamp. I can go land. Infect you. Pass. They play a Kessig. Being at 30, I feel like I'm kind of okay right now. This turn, I think I play the Scary. And then the next turn, I go... Actually, I can just Pentad right now. So this is a benefit of the Thirsting Roots because I can play the Pentad And now immediately cast Thirsting Roots for proliferation. Have 5 mana again. Target you. 5 mana. And then draw 3. Alright. Next turn, we have Pentad into Contentious Plan into Experimental Augury. And then I'll still have 5, 6, 7 mana available, potentially, if I need to. So maybe I can find another Weather Storm or close the game. With 2 Pentads in play, you're much more likely to have the option of actually just storming off for lethal. Opponent has 5 power on the table. Every spell that they cast will ping me with their Kessig Flame Breather because of the Flame Breather trigger. So let's see what they can do. They have 3 cards in hand. This currently puts me to 21. They're going to flashback a Faithless Looting. I believe that gets them their Snacker back. Okay, it does. Let's see what they discard. So with the Snacker back in play, I'm worried that we are going to have, we'll be staring down lethal on this coming turn. Lightning Bolt, I'm at 16. They have Lava Dart for, oh, we found the Weather Storm. Sick. I'll play out the Pentad. We'll go Contentious Plan. You go to 4. I'm looking for card draw spells. Finding a Peat Bog. I'll cast Experimental Augury. Take the Vivisurgeon's Insight. Because that is only really costing 3 with the Pentads in play here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Blue, blue. It will give me 3 mana to work with. Let's just cast it. When it goes to 6 poison. I have 3 mana. Blue. Cast Steady Progress. I know I'm not building up another land here, but I'm trying to hold on to whether or not I need my basic. I'll cast Experimental Augury. Another Augury. We might just win here. Any order, you go to 8. This Augury will put them to 9. And this is what I was talking about with the Storm feel. We are storming off. We found Steady Progress. That is GG. Nice. And we actually can just go play the land and maintain our Pentads. Steady Progress. Lethal. With Weather the Storm backup for almost 30 life. Turn 5. I like it. So it's hard to say what we want to do. It's possible that the Snackers are the worst, but I think maybe we need the Breath Weapons. Because it clears the Snackers, it clears the Gutter Snipe, clears their 1-drops, makes them have to have other stuff. And then I have to decide if I want the Snap or the Manamorphose out. I think I'll take the Snaps out. Unsure, to be honest. We've got a Weather the Storm in hand. We can lead on the Hickory Woodlot so that we're passing to turn 3 with the Weather the Storm mana open. Play the Woodlot pass. Turn 2 we'll play the Scary, leaving the Woodlot open like I said before. They discard the Snacker. Got a lot of damage on the table already. Getting in for 1. I'll play the Scary. Pass the turn. I'm not expecting any land destruction, so I'm just yielding until the next end step. They get in for 3. They cast a Highway Robbery. Discarding Fiery Temper. We go to 10. I'll cast Weather the Storm, going back to 19. Then I'll go Needle, cast Experimental Augury. Breath Weapon, I think, is the correct pick. And I will pass. Play a Mountain. Getting in for 3 again. Okay. Going to play the Mountain and pass. This way I can use the red mana here for the Breath Weapon. They Lava Dart me. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Full Breath Weapon. So this is just a fog mostly. They can get the Sneaky Snacker back relatively easily. They discard Fiery Temper. I'm worried about a Pyroblast. They don't tap out. I didn't bring in any Spell Pierce, any Dispels or anything. I will pass the turn. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I think I might want to cycle the Lorien Revealed. I play Skittering Kitten. Casting Flame Breather. Gets in for 1. I'll go to 11. I'll cycle the Lorien for an island. I feel like the Breath Weapon was not better than a Snap would have been. Thirsting Roots. Cast Vivisurgeon's Insight. They have a Pyroblast. I don't think I can win if they just Pyroblast me into the ground. Vivisurgeon's Insight. That one resolves. Okay. Your turn. I'm at 10 life. I think I'm dead. It's supposed to be to 6. It's supposed to be to 4. It's supposed to be to 2. 1 card in hand. They have Lava Dart from hand. Okay, that's lethal. So they're just going Pyroblast. I wish I had Hydroblast in the deck. Maybe Hydroblast is better positioned than Dispel. Get rid of the breath weapons. Bring in the snaps. I think the Manamorphose can come out. Bring in the Dispels. Maybe I'll cut on a Prologue and then put 2 more Manamorphose in. We are on the play. This hand basically doesn't do anything. I'll mulligan. If I ever find blue mana, is this good? I don't think so. Let's mulligan again. Okay, so this is our first hand, but worse. I think I'm just going to mulligan into the ground here. Yep, we're going down. This is the first hand, but worse again. Get rid of this. That was so bad. Oh well. I should have probably kept the first hand. Epicure for the opponent. Okay. Island go. When it attacks for 1. Plays their second land. Discards a Sneaky Snacker. I don't know how I can even attempt to come back here. Yeah, I'm just going to end it up. That was not the way that I wanted this league to end, but we did end up 3-2. So I think that the Manamorphose build can be more explosive. I just don't think that it's as consistent for me in the way that I like to play. But it was really fun to try. I appreciate the fact that Brian Cook and other folks are still working on Poison Storm. I hope you enjoyed watching some storming off, and I will see you in the next video.